Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new video. Welcome to That Snapchat Yellow C6 YouTube channel. My name is Tyler. If you're new here, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, or at least consider it, as I'm always making new Corvette content, and today is no different. So today I wanted to make a video on 6 tips or secrets about the C6 Corvette that you did not know about. So today I wanted to make a video going over the 6 tips and features of the C6 Corvette that you did not know about. Now, to preface this, there are much more than 6. These are just the 6 that were most notable to me. And if you're watching this, guys, make sure you hang around to the last one because it's really worth it. Honestly, I thought it was just kind of crazy. I would have never guessed that the C6 Corvette did this. I think it's a pretty cool feature. So the first tip or secret about the C6 Corvette that not a lot of people know, I guess pretty much anybody who has one probably knows this one, maybe not. So the C6 Corvette has a key fob system, basically. So I'll pull it out here. Comes with a key. Mine's broken. My car's a daily driver car for over 2 years, so it's seen abuse. But this is the key fob. So normally if I just walk up to the back of the car, I can either hit this button, or here's the secret. So up under, right in front of the license plate, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a pad right here to the right of. This is also kind of a little thing that you might not know. But to the right, there's a pad right here. And if you hold this, you'll see that the trunk opens up. Some people don't know that. They think that there's only one button here on the key fob that does it. All right, so that is the first secret or tip about the C6 Corvette that you probably didn't know. This one, I can't really show you per se, but a lot of people don't know this either. But the C6 Corvette actually has 2 separate gas tanks. I always thought that was interesting. A lot of people don't know that. Again, I can't really show you that. I can't crawl under my car. To get to it right now, it's also cold. I'm not jacking the car up and messing with that today. But just so you know, the C6 Corvette does have 2 gas tanks. All right, so the third thing about the C6 Corvette that you probably don't know, I'm actually gonna get in the car for this one. My door likes to be a little aggravating sometimes. If you have a C6 Corvette and your door latch is constantly aggravating you, let me know down in the comments. I would like to vent with you. So your temperature display, didn't put my parking brake up, that's a bad idea. I'm gonna let that chime go off here, but so as you can see here, your temperature display, you can actually reset that. And how you do that, you hold both of the defrost button here for the rear and the front, and the fan speed button. Just click them all at once. You can see that it resets. It resets your temperature gauge. Now, it takes a couple minutes for it to go back to where it should. It's definitely not 65 degrees outside. I wish that it was, but unfortunately, it is not. So the fourth tip or secret about the C6 Corvette that you probably don't know is, first of all, these cars, or C6 Corvettes, to my knowledge, all of them come with auto-dimming rear view mirror, which is nice. But this is something I was reading about, and I did not know that if you put the car in reverse, that the dimming cuts off. So I'm assuming if a car's behind you with their lights on and you're trying to back up, and whenever you put the car in reverse, the dimming in the rear view mirror goes away. So I'm gonna try that now. I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm gonna use my flashlight on my phone to try and simulate lights in the rearview mirror. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but we will see. The flashlight on my phone most likely was not bright enough to cause the mirror to dim. Either that, or I was not in the right spot as far as my light, and I'm sure there's a sensor that gauges the light that comes into the mirror. I don't know if it's either behind the mirror or where it's at, but it did not work for me. If you guys have a C6 Corvette and you know that this does work, let me know. I'm sure it works. It's probably just the way I was doing it. But that moves us on to the 5th thing or tip or trick that you did not know about the C6 Corvette, and that is the manual door latches. There's actually been, I know of at least one death of this happening to an older gentleman who had a Corvette. But let's say that your battery dies and it's a hot summer day and you can't get out, and obviously if your battery's dead, you can't start the car, which means no air conditioning, which means it's going to get really freaking hot inside the car. which could cause you to die. And that's what happened to an older gentleman. But little did he know that there's actually a manual door switch, or not switch, but there's actually a manual door latch right here. So whenever the battery's dead, you just pull this latch and that opens up the door and that'll get you out. So I feel bad for the guy who did not know that, and it's unfortunate the way that he passed away, but that is another fun fact about the C6 Corvette. All right, guys, this is the 6th tip or trick that you did not know about the C6 Corvette. This is honestly pretty freaking cool to me. I had no idea about this, and I've had this car for almost, it'll be 4 years in February. And again, I had no idea about this, and I think it's a super cool thing, and I have not seen one video or one other person making mention of this on YouTube. The only place I read it is in a forum, and I read it in the forum and I was like, man, is that true? I've never heard of that, so I decided to try it, and sure enough, it works. So here's what it is. So for most cars, this really wouldn't matter, but for cars like the Corvette or sports cars or rare cars in general that are not driven as often, this will be an awesome feature. So if the Corvette is off, it's been sitting for a while, the oil will drain all down to the bottom of the pan instead of some residual sitting up at the top of the motor. Well, then when you fire it, it kind of causes a dry fire, and it doesn't take long to get the oil back up to the top, but it does take a little bit of time. All right, so as I hop in the car here, if you hold the gas pedal down to the floor when you start the car, and this works for autos and manuals from what I'm told, mine's manual. If you hold the gas pedal all the way to the floor and you hit the start button, the car will turn over, but it will not start. It blocks off the injectors or cuts them off. That way it gives the engine enough time to get some oil pressure built up and oil to the top of the motor. It's really cool, so I'm gonna show you guys how it works. So I'm gonna hold the clutch in, I'm gonna put the gas pedal to the floor all the way, and I'm gonna hit the starter, and what should happen is the car is just gonna turn over and turn over and turn over until I let my foot off the clutch. Make sure the car's in neutral, obviously, and we're gonna hit the starter. Remember, gas pedal all the way to the floor, or it will not work. You can see, just starts, gets oil pressure. Now I'm gonna let go of the clutch. And now, I'm not gonna press the gas. I'm just gonna push clutch and start it like normal. Fires right up. That, in my opinion, is really freaking cool. I've never seen that on any other car. I don't know if any other car actually does that. I'm sure there's one out there that does it, but that's really awesome. I never knew that about the Corvette, and I've had it for almost 4 years. So, all right, guys, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I appreciate it more than you know. If you're new here, again, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as I'm always making new Corvette content. We're on the way to 1,500 subs, guys. I'm really happy about that. I know I said this last year, but same thing for 2021. Hoping it's going to be a really good year. I got to work harder and harder and harder on getting more content out for you guys. I'm going to be making more videos like this that are kind of smaller, me not riding around doing crazy stuff. I'm going to try to get the most that I can out of my car for making content. I hope each and every one of you has an awesome day. Peace out.